We're here at the shed. The project is complete, and after a little over a year, actually from the start of the design, we are in the 16th month. And it is a pleasure to show you the finished product of the shed. We are crossing the bridge that connected the existing deck and home and structure to a getaway just a short 14 feet away. And it's connected by a bridge made out of white oak and a continuation of the arbor that is an element of the design that was at the existing deck. And from there, we have the central space, which is the eating area, and we have the kitchen with a grill and refrigerator, ice maker, sink, all the necessities for that beautiful outdoor kitchen area. And the elements that we used as far as the materials, we repeated the blue stone, which we used in the edging around the decking. We also used it in the fireplace, or the chimney, but in the kitchen it was polished and we used a bull nose. We also repeated the tiles that we used was the travertine and bluestone, again that we used in the flooring and in the chimney. All the modern conveniences of the sink, trash disposal, ice maker, refrigerator. It's all natural stone. Grill. And even though the space is rustic with the timber and stone, it also has the modern technology with sound, television, and controls for the 9 different zones of light. Because what we wanted to achieve is the options of lighting areas or lighting the architecture depending on the use of the space. If you were just looking at the space from the house and viewing it from the house, you wanted to highlight the architecture on the inside and outside. So we put low voltage LED lights to light the stonework, the post extensions on the outside of the roof, and on the inside we had task lighting with LED lighting for the kitchen. We also manufactured some LED lights that we got from Pier 1. So it has that rustic look. They were modified for the LED. One of the last features and elements to be installed was the custom designed chandelier. It's 6 foot in diameter, narrows down to 3, and then 1. Our steel fabricator added the elements of the leaves. It's also in proportion to the floor, where we have a 12-foot diameter that is actually a compass. This is a little detail that we added, and in the center of the space represents the earth, and then at each, the east, north, west, and south, we had a different stone that represented the compass.
Check out the fireplace.
Let's look at the fireplace now. The fireplace was really highly anticipated because there's such a focus of the whole space on the fireplace. And the stone that we picked, this eyebrow, it was a stone that is slightly different from the other. So they were individually picked. We had a craftsman that cut them into place. And it worked out exactly where we wanted to. One change that we did make was, instead of having a modern fireplace with the sides tilted to throw out more heat, we ended up going more of an older design that you'll see in castles and older homes with very rectangle sides. The proportion still throws out a lot of heat. So when we added the television, we also added the mantle, which is white oak, and we picked up some of the same details again with the chamfer and the cutting of the ends, which reflect the rest of the structure. The wood boxes are functional, and at the same time we also added a little feature with the water hose bib, and it's all highlighted by low voltage lighting. An additional element that fit the design parameters was using the steel stanchions and then the stainless steel cables. This provided the necessary protection and at the same time still kept the openness. In addition to that, the steel stanchions provide a base for the vines to grow up, and eventually the steel cables will have vines growing across, and the two plants that we used was cross vine and Carolina jasmine, which are evergreen and have a flower in the spring and the summer. So the long-term view is that the cables will have plants growing on them. It'll be a very green look. Now it's very open, but it'll have that green look as we go into the future. And our steel fabricator did a wonderful job doing the custom work. He provided all the extension stanchion connections, and it just was a great detail how it worked out. Another item that provided some detail was the custom-made copper gutters, and we needed to provide the gutters an outlet. And so instead of just having the water flow out, we used the rain chains, which had their own design element, and the client picked out the lotus leaf, which just gives it another little detail look, and also the rain is able to go down into a system that carries the water away. They're self-cleaning because the ends are open, so when it does have a 1-inch rain, the trash that is collected is able to flow out just like a gargoyle. Okay, it's raining today, but let's walk around the outside and look at some of the details. From here you can see how the piers that are veneered in the natural stone, they give you that sloped view, and this is the main piers that hold up the structure, and they're capped with natural stone. We also have the bridge that shows the details of the white oak decking, the arbor that matches the existing arbor. The stone gives it a very rustic or castle look, and it goes up about halfway, and then it's refined to a much more cut stone, and then finally at the top it's refined with, again, the blue stone cap, and then also there's a blue stone trim partially down from the top. You can see the purlins and the beams are capped with the copper. The rain chains come down and are attached, and then we have underground drains that are connected and carries the water out beyond the structure. You also can see the vines starting to grow up the stanchions, and then eventually they'll grow up and across the cables. Well, we can see that the owners are using the space, and they've even added a wood lift because they're burning so much wood. It's a great detail. I wouldn't have done a better job if I would have designed it myself. It's a great detail. Okay, that's it for the shed. Now get the heck out of here.